Hello once again. It's me, Buppy Park. We're here with more Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. We're near the end of this entire long-ass journey that started back in January. February, whenever it started. And actually, did it start? Can I? Yeah, January, there you go. I actually had to save there. Huh. January 29th. We're on the final case. It is not as, final. It doesn't have as much finality as you would think, because it's the DLC case. That was included with Spirit of Justice, just like Dual Destinies has one. Turnabout Time Traveler. Last time, crazy British girl thinks she can time travel, and she, you know, has been accused of murder. That's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say. That's kind of the entire thing. I want to check September 22nd, 8:45 a.m. That is her. That's crazy British girl that thinks she can time travel. Let me just check the audio so I can test out if it's good or not, you know? Just in case. Okay, I need to... the syncing is... or the delay is not that long, so we need to do it real fast right now. Okay, I think I pressed the button when I said go, so, you know, I don't know. Okay, I think it's it. Alright. I changed the audio a little bit. I don't know if it's going to make any difference. I think the gain is too high in all my videos. I have this weird tendency to look back at my audio and be like, how can I make it better? And I continuously finagle with it. Is that even a term anyone uses anymore? I don't know. Let's have water and soda because it's fucking hot as hell. Alright, let's get started. Oh, should we look at the core record? Might as well, it's been 2 days. Ellen's pendant. A pendant worn by Ellen. It seems she received it from her fiance. Ellen's statement. Ellen saw a suspicious third party on the Vista deck when she was being attacked by Gloomsbury. When Ellen was attacked by Gloomsbury out on the Vista deck, she saw, in her dazed state, a shadowy figure hit Gloomsbury from behind. She fainted immediately afterwards, and thus didn't get a good look at whoever it was. Alright, so we don't know who it is. It could be the husband, the fiance. But, yeah. And the pamphlet, The Flying Chapel, includes a brief introduction and diagrams of the layout. A Peacock lantern, a Pega-Cow lantern, and the Pega-Bull lantern. Love is always on the air in the Flying Chapel, the only wedding venue sure to make your dreams take flight. After the ceremonies out on the Vista deck, Sprocket Aviation majestic Pegamoo mascots will light up the happy couple from both sides of the sweetheart table. Fun. The corpse was in it though, so that's not great. The murder weapon, dubbed the Timekeeper. It's a clock with a secret mechanism that can turn back time. That's not possible. And I've seen some crazy shit. That's not possible. A device that utilizes dry ice to emit a large amount of thick fog-like vapor. A broken lantern. The Pegable lantern in which the victim's body was found. Photo of the victim. The victim was discovered inside one of the lanterns in the reception hall. The victim's body was found collapsed inside one of the Pegable lanterns. Scattered around his body were flower petals, a note, and broken parts of a lantern. The petals were from flowers not found inside the reception hall. Maybe he was outside? Oh. A note found near the victim's body. The writing is smudged as though written by a right-handed person. Grab Ellen when convenient, then send her off from the Vista deck. Which I think is the fiance. Although maybe, to be fair, I did not pay attention to his writing. If he wrote with a right hand, I think he did though. So there's that. A photo reception. A photo reception taken by a relative. Much of the reception hall is obscured by thick fog. There's a clock back there. I wonder if that's important. She's like, what's happening right now? I did this before, didn't I? What's going on? A photo of Soren's older sister, Selena Sprocket. It looks like it was taken in some kind of office. Will this be important? Don't know. But she's very cute. I'm so sorry. Soren. So tragic, taken from this world. The drawing Larry made from inside the cabin. It shows a pterodactyl flying outside the window. I swear, Larry, this better... I mean, is it a pterodactyl? Let's really look at this thing. If you turn your head to the right, it looks like a person with like a long piece of hair in the back. Like a spiky hair in the back there. And the Triforce. Is that Link? He's got an Ahoge. Is that Apollo? His little Ahoge? Little spike up there in the front? What do we turn to the left? No, nothing. Oh, I turn it upside down. I don't want to do that. My head's not going to twist that much. We get that this is not a pterodactyl. It's one of those where you have to see it. Really see it, but I can't see it right now. We'll figure it out later. And a photo of the hold, stealthily taken by Larry. Ellen can be seen near the center. That's Ellen. She's writing something. Oh, there's the flowers. Those are the flowers the corpse had. And there's two. Is that a Pega-Bull and a Pega-Moo? Pega-Cow? Whatever? I don't know. Could be. Alright. And that is all the information. We also have some suspects. Pierce Nicody. Probably suspect number 1 because he's the only one who's not the 2 main characters. But hey, who knows? Larry could have done it. That'd be funny. Oh, Larry. I will arrest you. And that is it. Sorry for that, going into all that, but I just need to refresh my mind. Anyway. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning, Ellen. I see you're still wearing your wedding gown. Why? And I will continue to wear it until our marriage is saved. Oh, Soren! Thank you. Oh, it's Soren. Oh, that's why you reacted that way. I was like wondering, like, what? Do you think he came to see how she's holding up? Well, you can see it now. Soren, my love, you came all the way to the courthouse just to see me. Oh, Soren, I don't know what to say. Blueprints. Huh? Huh? The engine blueprints. I can't find them. Do you know where they are? Oh, they're in your room. Third shelf from the bottom, on the right-hand side. Ah, I see. Goodbye. What a dick. What a dick. He already left. He's like, I just needed that, thanks. He's leaving already? Don't tell me he came just to ask about some stupid blueprints. Is he really that cool of a person, or is that just how he comes off, I wonder? What about me, Soren? How did you even meet? Ellen? He's back. He's gonna say something? Something inspirational, perhaps? Come home soon. I'm lost without you. Oh, he's biting his teeth. He's shaking. That must be true love. Okay, all right. Calm down. Later. Looks like showing your vulnerabilities is the fastest way to capturing a woman's heart. You should take notes on this, Nick. Oh? Please leave me out of this. Do not. No. Anyway, it looks like Soren isn't big on words, but it's clear that he cares about Ellen in his own little weird way. Knowing that, I actually feel kind of relieved. Gonna be alright, girl. Because she goes through the entire process. Yep. Pull that up. Mr. Wright. I just absolutely can't be found guilty. You hear? Don't worry. I'm gonna give you everything I can. I'm gonna do everything I can to prove your innocence. Thank you, Mr. Wright. You just need to really sell this story, huh? Trial is about to start, sir. Right. Edgeworth. Knowing him, he's not gonna yield an inch. So I've just gotta fight with everything I've got to save Ellen. Yeah. Do your best, Phoenix. Court is now in session. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Ellen Wyatt. Man, guys, I haven't seen you in a while. Did you all do a finale without me, though? I'm pretty mad about that. The defense is ready, Your Honor, and you were there in spirit, technically. Maybe like your long-lost cousin from crying or something. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Seeing so many familiar faces gathered together like this, I feel as though I'm at a grand reunion, like we traveled back in the past. You get it? That's what the case is about. I didn't get that until I was at work thinking, oh shit, that's what this case is about. That's why we're doing a nostalgic trip. Time travel. That makes sense. It took me a while. Anyway, it makes me want to go out for dinner and drink and reminisce with all of you. Oh, that sounds like a great idea. I was dying for a real burger the whole time I was away. We can make it a welcome back party for Maya. Now, how about it, Edgeworth? I have no intention of cavorting with my enemies. Now then, Your Honor, let us start this trial at once. Wow. I see how it is. Okay, after I win. Oh! Still not one for light-hearted banter, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? Jokes and good humor are beyond worthless in the court of law. Guess we'll just have the party without him then. You're still invited. However, after the conclusion of this trial. Oh, hello, second. Thank you for subscribing. Also, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, we did indeed finish the entire thing. I should upload that on YouTube at some point. One day. A day. Well, I know you've been busy. I know you've been life. But thank you for subbing. But I mean, I guess we technically have the weird conclusion. It's, you know, it's another DLC case. Why not? However, were it after the conclusion of this trial, I might consider joining you for your little welcome back party. I certainly wouldn't mind an invite, at the very least. He's still as emotionally constipated as ever, I see. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please go over the details of this case for us. The victim was Dumas Gloomberry, a servant in the Sprocket household. He was in attendance at the wedding reception that occurred from 7 to 10 p.m. Mr. Gloomsbury apparently felt some animosity toward Ellen Wyatt, and so, a bit after the reception ended at 10 p.m., he assaulted Miss Wyatt with the intent to kill her. The defendant fought back and ended up killing Mr. Gloomsbury. Yeah, self-defense. Let's get her, at least get her self-defense claim, and yeah, we just, yeah, I know it sucks, a murder on your rap sheet, but it'll be fine. You know, it's just, you know, maybe some community service. In other words, it was justified self-defense, correct? If that's the case, then the defendant might not be criminally responsible. He's right. Worst case scenario, I could go for the self-defense to avoid a criminal charge. I wonder how Edgeworth plans to counter that, though. The prosecution's first witness will make my view on the matter clear, Your Honor. Very well. Bailiff, please bring in the first witness. Is that Emma Sky? That's Emma Sky, yeah. Hello, Emma Sky. What? Why'd they do that thing? Now, it's like, let's zoom in on their feet. Let's get a good zoom in. And then we're gonna pan up. Like, oh, could it be? It's like, okay. Please state your name and occupation, witness. Emma Sky, forensic investigator. And I'd just like to say, sir, that being in the same courtroom as you is a great honor. That's right, she did admire him. That never really went anywhere, did it? Oh, that's right. You're a fan of Edgeworth's, aren't you, Emma? We're good friends and all, Mr. Wright. But just this once, I intend to faithfully and fully testify for the prosecution. Damn, I see how it is, Emma. I see how you do me like this. And I do mean that wholeheartedly. I expect no less from you. Yes, sir! I'm gonna do my very best. Playing favorites. It's fucked up. Looks like you lost the popularity contest to Mr. Edgeworth, Nick. Meh, I really could care less. Besides, she'll see who's the better lawyer once I win this trial. Yeah. Maybe then you'll actually really care less. Actually fucking fighting for her like approval, like I'm obviously the better lawyer. That 3-day trial I did with you, Emma, that was crazy. Now, Detective Sky, if you please. The murder weapon was a clock called the Timekeeper. The victim was hit with it from behind, and he fell over right into the lantern. The defendant was spotted then, standing in front of the body, holding the murder weapon. The victim was struck twice, by the way. Oh, is that why? Is that why it's not justified self-defense? You could hit a couple times just in case, like, oh my god, you could get up. I'm scared. She maybe was scared, you know? He was struck twice? That's right. There's no mistake about it. The first blow was to the back of the victim's head. It was hard enough to knock him unconscious. Yet despite the fact that he had been immobilized by the first blow, the defendant delivered a second fatal blow to the side of the victim's head. Which means... what exactly? Phoenix, it means that he's gonna say that it's not self-defense. Come on, man, even I got that. I figured it would go right over your head. Let's put it this way. By striking the victim a second time, the defendant killed her last chance to escape from any criminal wrongdoing. She did? But how, Mr. Edgeworth? The defendant may have been fighting back because she was being attacked. However, she then went on to deliver a fatal blow to a man who was already fully unconscious. Nick, is he saying what I think he is? I don't feel so well. Oh no. And thus Mr. Wright has justified self-defense been removed from the table. The prosecution intends to prove that the defendant killed the victim with murderous intent. Allow me to belatedly submit the victim's autopsy report. He still does that jackass type of bow. And also he just gives me the autopsy report as well, you motherfucker! So that's why he was acting all smug. More smug than usual. It's fine, right? It's not like we're going to plead self-defense anyway, right? Right. But now the judge has a negative impression of Ellen. Huh. I mean, I get to prosecute much anymore, but he definitely hasn't lost his touch. Here's the autopsy report. Bloomsbury head shows signs of being hit twice. The timekeeper was used as a murder weapon. Time of death, the 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., the 20th. That's important, because time travel. Cause of death, cerebral hemorrhage from a strong blow to the head. One contusion was found in the back of the head and on one on the side. The blows were caused by the same weapon. Maybe at some point Ellen hit him and it did knock him out. And then they did the reception again, like, oh, here we go, you're doing it again, we're pretending the reception is happening again, and at 1 a.m. someone just killed him. I don't know why they would do that. That's insane, but this game is insane, so yeah. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Right. Okay, we got this. Went down on the case.
Hold it!
Hold it. Are you completely sure the murder weapon was the timekeeper? Yes, completely. The shape of the injury on the victim's head matches up with that of the timekeeper. And it's definitely heavy enough to kill someone with. Would the defendant have been able to pick up and swing something so heavy? I tried it myself, and I was able to lift it up just fine. Dang it. Maybe you go to the gym a lot. You don't know. I didn't even look at what he just said. Maybe you're just freakishly strong? What a compliment. Excuse me, Mr. Wright? I'll have you know that people on the force know me as the dainty forensic investigator. Sorry. But really, you're hardly a delicate flower. Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. Save your antics for after the trial if you know how. Yes, sir. It won't happen again, sir. Moving on. However, right into the lantern. The defendant was fighting back against the victim, right? If so, wouldn't she have hit him from the front and not behind? The victim must have tried to run once Miss Wyatt started fighting back. That's probably when he got hit from behind. I see. Just a blow to the back of his head. The defendant must have looked awfully scary when she was brandishing that clock. I don't know about that. So, okay. Their theory is that the dude was like, I'm fighting her. Oh god, she's got hands, I'm running. And then she hit him in the back. And then she hit him again for good measure. Which is their theory. I don't know about that. Regardless of how scary Ellen looked, the victim was definitely hit from behind. Yeah. May I go on? Yes, of course. Please do.
Hold it!
But that's only because she was so panicked when she found the body. And she tried to use the timekeeper to go back in time. Let's not talk about that right now. Let's not talk about that right now, Phoenix.
Objection!
Objection! Mr. Wright, what the fuck? Do you have any idea how absurd you sound? but Miss Wyatt really believed that she could travel through time with that clock. You really should have come up with a more credible story, you know? Yes, I agree. Me three, but it's all I've got to go on. Anyway, under the circumstances, the only conclusion we can draw is that the defendant killed the victim.
Hold it!
Dos veces. Miss Wyatt must have had a chance to escape after she struck the victim the first time. So why would she stick around and hit him with such a heavy object again? Now, what's the motive here? Well, about that, allow me to explain. Why did she strike him again indeed? To finish off the victim, of course. The very act clearly shows that she had every intention of killing Mr. Gloomsbury. I meant more like a motive. Why did he want to do that? But Miss Wyatt would never do a thing like that. Then let's see some evidence that disproves my theory. Aren't you gonna stand there? Are you just gonna stand there and take that from him, Nick? I can't refute his claim head on, so I'll have to approach it from a different angle. Well, it looks like we won't be going anywhere until we can refute Edgeworth's claims. This is so exciting. We haven't taken on Mr. Edgeworth in ages. Yeah. Okay, Nick. Go get him. You need to rush me, Maya. Thinking. I better start by comparing Emma's testimony with the evidence we have and look for any glaring inconsistencies. Alright, number 2. Victim hit with that front, hit with it from behind, and fell over right into the lantern. Or the 4th one. That's Ellen's account. One on the side. What are the blood on his hands? Note, broken parts of a lantern, and the petals were from flowers not inside the reception hall. That's how it looks. I can refute that he was struck twice? Because he has like 2 injuries? Probably not. Hit from the front, was hit with it from behind, and fell over right into the lantern. Whereas he looks like, if he did, I feel like he would have broken the glass, right? The light bulbs, I mean. And if he fell over, why are those things on top of him? So this is the one I would go with.
Objection!
Detective Sky, I'm afraid I have to apologize in advance. For what? For embarrassing you in front of your idol. What? What do you mean? If you take a look at this photo of the crime scene, you'll see that the victim is lying on his back. At least Phoenix apologized. But if the victim had been hit from behind, as you claim, he should have fallen over into the lantern face down. It's not enough to simply take someone's side, Detective Sky, even if it's Mr. Edgeworth's. Oh. There does appear to be a flaw in Detective Sky's testimony. Hold it! Mr. Wright, if you think I'm gonna just sit right... just back right down, then you're sadly mistaken. Emma is unusually fired up today. Don't forget, she's in front of her hero, Nick. If the Steel Samurai came to watch this trial, I'd want to do my absolute best too. Listen, Mr. Wright. It's entirely possible that the defendant moved the victim's body after he fell over. In that case, there wouldn't be any contradiction, right? Indeed. That was an excellent counter-argument, Detective. You can count on me, sir. So, what do you have to say to that, Mr. Wright? Is it possible the victim's body was moved after he fell into the lantern? No, it's not possible. There's stuff on him. Sorry, Detective, but there's no way the victim's body moved after his death. Oh, really? And what makes you so sure? One look at this here should be obvious. I'm gonna save just in case, but I'm pretty sure it's just the stuff on top of his corpse.
Take that!
Those broken bits of the lantern? Yes. If the body had been moved after the fact, these fragments would have fallen off of it. But as you can clearly see, they were lying perfectly undisturbed on top of the body. That means the victim must have been lying face up from before the lantern even broke. Got him. You're right. But wait a minute. If that's true, then when was the victim killed? I mean, the lantern was still whole during the reception, right? Right. Which means we've just overturned a major assumption about this case. If the victim was already dead before the lantern was even broken, then the body must have been inside the lantern since before the reception started. In other words, the defense asserts that the victim was killed before the wedding reception. Let's go! What? It's not that impossible to believe! No one else saw her have this kerfuffle with the person. In short, when Miss Wyatt was seen standing in front of the body after the reception, it wasn't the moment just after the murder was committed. It was the moment she happened to discover the body, just as Miss Wyatt claims. Ah!
Objection!
Objection. Huh. Whether the act was committed before or after the reception is entirely inconsequential. After all, it was the defendant who prepared the reception hall for the event in question. Therefore, when the murder occurred, it changes nothing with regard to her guilt. She could have killed the victim before the reception, as you claim, and then tried to hide the body in the lantern after the event ended.
Objection!
Oh yeah? Well, objection! Sorry, but that doesn't make any sense. I mean, where would the body have been hidden during the reception in your scenario? That's... Even you have to admit, Mr. Edgeworth, that this has opened up a new possibility. Do explain, Mr. Wright. Well, if Miss White didn't commit the crime in the reception hall, then that means someone somewhere the victim's body into the lantern. I suppose that makes sense. A dead body couldn't have put itself in there. Well, I mean, we do know spirit channeling, so maybe. Exactly, Your Honor. In other words, the murder actually occurred before the reception. It opens up the possibility that the defendant didn't do it. He was killed somewhere else. If the body was hidden inside the lantern, then it's possible that the body was moved along with it from somewhere else. Oh, you're right. You can run that mouth of yours all you want. But do you have any evidence to support what's coming out of it, Mr. Wright? That beautiful mouth of yours? Of course I do! I think the answer lies in that piece of evidence, and in something that was left at the crime scene that will point us to where the victim was really killed. Very well, Mr. Wright, in that case, what proves that the lantern and the body were moved from somewhere else? Flowers? Look at this photo.
Take that!
There's flowers in it. This proves that the murder took place somewhere other than the reception hall. I'm afraid I can't say that I follow. The piece of evidence won't help you make your point, Nick. Yet another pointless piece of evidence from a senseless attorney. Wow, it's so mean. Behind this piece wasn't convincing enough. Something else that would be easier for the judge to understand. As I load save. Alright, let's see. Wait, the victim was really killed. What proves that the lantern and the body were moved from somewhere else? Peggable lantern in which the victim's body was found. Oh, well, they're supposed to be different. Peg a cow and a peg a bull, but there's two pegables.
Take that!
This proves the sacred place reception. Oh, fuck! Alright. Guess they really said gay rights for the cows. Or the bulls. I don't remember if there were two bulls. So I picked this one. That's not working. Even though there are flowers there, I would have assumed that it died here. You know, it happened here somewhere. It has to prove that the lantern and the body were moved from somewhere else. Is this it? Oh, what if it's that airplane? Oh, I just realized that the airplane... The airplane? Oh god, is that the airplane that's up there? That could be it. If it's like upside down. I better not have me fucking do the goddamn chapter 5 minigame where I have to move the airplane in a specific location in order to find the silhouette. I swear if it has me do that, I'm gonna lose my mind. I don't see the peggable or other one lantern. I see, well, there is one of them there, but I can't see the corpse or whatever. Could go through this piece of evidence again. The petals were from flowers not found inside the reception hall. Oh, that's that. I mean, I was on the right track. I just needed me to pick a different piece of evidence. The photo of the victim? Again? Yes. I'd like the court to focus on this thing, right here.
Take that!
That little petal. Flower petals, Mr. Wright? These petals are some kind of flower that were not present in the reception hall. This means they must have gotten into the lantern when they were somewhere else. And just what do you propose this somewhere else to be, Mr. Wright? I propose that this piece of evidence will tell us where the flower petals came from. Okay, now I present this. Please take a look at the flowers in this picture of the hold. Notice how the petals are of the same shape as the petals in the crime scene photo. Yes, I see. They do look to be from the same kind of flower.
Objection!
Objection! Is it really all you've got? The flower is a flower. What? They're all the same. I would hardly call what you presented compelling evidence. I'm afraid I couldn't disagree with you more, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh? I gave a flower of this type to my lovely wife once when we were young. So I can assure you that this is a very meaningful and compelling evidence indeed. The soundness of my judgment in this matter is backed by nothing less than pure love. But your honor... Let it go, Mr. Edgeworth. It's clear you don't know much about flowers. It's not like you have anyone you'd actually give to any to after all. Right. Sure. But maybe you should study up on them. Just in case the opportunity presents itself. Wink, wink. After this trial. Wink. You, me. Duh! This is from the man who only knows the names of 3 types of flowers. Damn. Damn. How does he know that? But that's hardly relevant to the case at hand. I told you that in private. The defense asserts that it's highly probable that the victim was killed in the hold. The body was then placed in the lantern and moved to the reception hall for some reason. Maybe to frame Ellen. Don't know. It would completely destroy the prosecution's case. Then you mean the body was... Yes, the victim's body was inside the lantern during the entire beautiful wedding reception, while the defendant and her betrothed were celebrating their love. What? Creepy.
Objection!
Huh. Your smooth talk might work on his honor, but it won't work on me. What are you talking about now? Also, you sure about that? Take another look at all the evidence and you'll see what I mean. I wish you would just tell me already. Detective Sky, I'm sure you've already figured out what I'm talking about, correct? Oh, she's on the case. Of course, sir. Mr. Wright is the only one here who hasn't. Why don't you leave this to me, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well. Let's see what you can do. Detective Sky, please give your testimony to this court. Alright, let's go. The victim could not have been killed before the reception. The autopsy report states that the estimated time of death was after the reception. And that estimated time of death is correct. There's no way it could be wrong. Okay, what about this, Emma? Time travel! It's clear Mr. Gloomsbury was killed after the reception. And that completely contradicts your claim. I guess so. Tell me you took at least a cursory glance at the autopsy report, Mr. Wright. You literally gave it to me right now, and I did. It appears you've grown rusty since your last outing. Might I suggest you go back and brush up on the basics? Sure, though I might say, you're as cocky as ever, Mr. Edgeworth. I beg your pardon? What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright? And these two are just fucking airing out their relationship in front of everybody. I'm just saying that I'll go back to basics if that's what Mr. Edgeworth wants. I'll prove how badly he's underestimating me with a good old-fashioned cross-examination. Very well. Let's see. You put your money where your mouth is, Mr. Wright.
Hold it!
You sound pretty certain. You must have some solid grounds for making that claim, right? Of course I do. And you're gonna feel silly when I show you what they are. Ready? Feast your eyes on this. Ooh.
Hold it!
Okay. I've read the autopsy report too, you know. Then you don't need me to explain it to you, right? Now there's no way the victim could have been killed before the reception, I mean. Detective Sky, I think you've overlooked something big. I have? Why don't you take another look at the evidence? But I've already looked at all the evidence. And quite carefully too, I'll have you know. Detective Sky, don't not to be taken in by his verbal antics. He's simply bluffing, as always. Right, sir. And that,
Hold it!
Is it possible that the culprit died to this... Yeah. Is it possible that the culprit did something to obscure the real time and death? And put them in a bag of ice? Where are they gonna get that? No. Not in this case. There was no snow or anything to keep the body from decomposing. And there's no fridge on that airship big enough to fit a body into. So you've already checked into that, I see. It all comes down to the estimated time of death, doesn't it? Couldn't the killer mess with the victim's time of death by keeping the body on ice? Yeah, they had a means to. The prosecution is treating the estimated time of death as an absolute. But is it really? I take it you don't think it is, huh, Nick? In that case, we're gonna have to find a way to convince them otherwise. Yeah, there's gotta be a way somehow.
Hold it!
Oh, it doesn't like 3 of them. That's it. There's no way it could be wrong. Man, what about time travel, though? What if my client traveled in time? And this is the piece of evidence that says it all. Let's start saying something anytime soon, Mr. Right? He's staring. It's not speaking up at all, is it? Maybe it's being shy. What? The evidence has said nothing at all to this court. But your choice of tactics speaks volumes about you, defense. Even I knew that wasn't a very smart move, Nick. Why did you stop me? Just like, it's not speaking at all. Maybe it's being shy. What? What are you talking about? Is that a clock? I mean, it could just be a gauge. I'm gonna see if anything can prove that time is different. It's correct. There's no way it could be wrong. Yeah, go look at who it was. Oh, dry ice. Were placed in the fog machine to produce a thick fog during the reception. How about this?
Objection!
Forgot that it's powered by dry ice. I admit that the estimated time of death does contradict my theory. Finally, and that means your theory that the victim was killed before the reception is still entirely plausible. Huh? What makes you think that? The killer could have falsified the time of death by using a certain item in the reception hall. Please take a look at this. And what is this contraption, Mr. Wright? It's a fog machine, Your Honor. Used to create a special romantic atmosphere in the hall. And this machine could have been used to falsify the time of death. Yes, Your Honor, because this machine uses dry ice to perform its magic. Dry ice? Oh yes, the super cold stuff commonly used to make theatrical fog, right? I see, so your claim is that the dry ice was used to keep the body cold. Oh. In that case, I guess the victim could have been killed before the reception. Got him! Chat, we got him. Let's wrap it up and go home. Order! Order in the court! Shut the fuck up! Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this development? Oh. That the victim was killed in the hold before the wedding reception? The prosecution acknowledges the possibility of this claim. This possibility in this claim. Now we're getting somewhere. We did it, guys. The prosecution would also like to thank you, Mr. Wright. We didn't do it, guys. It's over. I looked away, I'm sorry. Huh? Oh? For what? I really gotta get like a sound. I don't like soundboards usually, but I do want to get a soundboard of that fucking cat saying the word huh. And every time anyone just says the word huh, I can only try to replicate it so much. But not thanks to you, I do. What piece of evidence? To get into the hold, one needs a keycard. Like this one. Oh. Oh. And here we have a record of those who entered the hold with such keycards. Dumas Gloomsbury, Pierce Nicody, and Ellen Wyatt. Well, that's bad. The times aren't specific, but these are the 3 last entries on the day of the murder. And as you can see, the last person to enter the hold that day was the defendant. Oh! What? So the one who must have moved the body out of the hold must have been... That's right. It was none other than the defendant. Hold entry record. The record of the keycards used to access the airship hold. Hey, Nick? Take a look at this entry record. There are a couple of other names on here besides Ellen's. Hey, you're right. Pierce Nicody. According to the entry record, Mr. Edgeworth, Pierce Nicody had also gone into the hold. Isn't it possible that he could have been the culprit?
Objection!
Is it Nicody? I don't know. Sorry, but your Nicody was escorting a few of the guests at the time. I'm sure they would be happy to testify to that fact if you'd like. Think me cocky all you like, Mr. Wright, but my confidence is really misplaced. Now then, it's probably safe to assume that after killing the victim in the hold, the defendant moved his body to the hall in order to dispose of it discreetly. What do you mean discreetly? The defendant volunteered to take care of the reception's cleanup personally. Ah, shit. That means she would have had the chance to dispose of anything in any way she wanted. Including taking the lantern off the airship without raising any suspicion. Don't tell me you didn't know about Miss Wyatt volunteering for cleanup duty, Mr. Wright. Yeah, she told us. For my last task as the servant of the Sprocket household, I offered to take on the preparation and clean up the reception banquet. I see. God! Look at you, sweating buckets like a rookie, even after all these years. Nevertheless, thank you for proving that the only person who could have entered the victim's hold is Ellen Wyatt. That. Great job, Phoenix. Now we're back to square one. Perhaps you should ask Miss Sykes for some help in reviewing Defense for Dummies. She calls out from the audience. Yeah, Chapter 3's the best. Way to go, sir. You've got Mr. Wright in a cold sweat. Why? This should not be legal. Favoring the prosecution. I wonder if maybe the promise of seeing that miserable look on his face is what brought me back to court today. I mean, I feel like you can see that look anytime. Let's certainly made all my stress and woes as chief prosecutor just melt away. I guess he's had a lot of stress built up. I'll give him something to stress over before we're through today. Your Honor, the prosecution asks that you render your verdict at this time. Before that man over there tries to throw the court into chaos with his meaningless bluffs, or whatever the fuck he makes. I see. Mr. Wright! Are there any last meaningful bluffs you'd like to present to this court? Why does he have to assume it'll be a bluff? Nick! Hurry up and throw a good one out there. I will. All right then. Let's see. I got it. How do you know it was Miss Wyatt who used her keycard? After all, it turns out that somebody else used her card. It would mean Miss Wyatt didn't do it. Interesting. And are you able to prove this bluff to be true? I assure you I'm not bluffing, Your Honor. Well, now what? It was Larry Butts. Hey! Sorry, Larry. Take one for the team. Wait a minute, Nick. I can think of a certain somebody who might have used Alan's keycard. You can? Remember? The one who was sneaking around the hold, in spite of not being a family member. Oh, that's right. Your Honor, the defense would like to call a certain witness to the stand. I need a testimony of this person who may have entered the hold with Miss Wyatt's card. Let's bring him out.
Take that!
Larry! That's your witness! Oh my god, Mr. Wright. Please don't fucking do this. This is worse than the fucking parrot and the whale. Are you saying that numbskull was on the airship? That's why I'm here. That's why I took the case. He never breathed a word about that to me. That's not surprising, because Mr. Nakoti told him to keep quiet. But Mr. Butts himself admitted it to me. He claimed to have found a way to sneak into the Flying Chapel's hold to see Miss Wyatt. The photo he took and gave me is proof. Then was it he who removed the lantern with the body inside to the reception hall? You know as well as I that with him, anything is possible. Except for murder, he wouldn't kill anybody on purpose. And this is one possibility we should definitely look into. I can't believe this. What in the world is he doing mixed up in this? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Remember what we've been saying since elementary school? Was he about to say that? When something smells, it's usually the butt. Exactly. Ah! That laddie! You'll pay for this. Well, if you want to extract your payment now, he's right up there in the gallery. Yikes! Like Zoink Scoob! Bailiff! There's no witness before he makes a run for it! No! Why does this stuff always happen to me? Sorry, Larry. You brought this on yourself. Let's break for a 15-minute recess. I asked that both sides prepared for the next witness's testimony during this time. Why is the recess so short? Oh no, I'm not ending the stream here. I can't. It's way too short of a recess. It's way too short of a stream. Like, what, 1 hour? I was going for 2. You better make another recess at 2 hours. Let's go do the lobby stuff and then I'll take a break. Wow, it's been a while since I've had this much fun and excitement. The to face off against Mr. Edgeworth. A harrowing tightrope. Walk for the defense. I'm exhausted already. Boss! Hey, Athena, how's it going? What you doing here? I'm here for more support. Athena. Also, what about Chusi's magic stuff? Are you all done practicing for Chusi's magic show? Well, to be perfectly honest, I sort of ran away. But that's because she was putting my life in danger, I tell you. I see. I think I need to have a one-on-one with her. Yeah, probably tell your daughter not to try to kill her assistant. You're really athletic and fit, Athena, so Trucy probably thinks she can run you ragged. That may be true. Which is why not even Trucy can keep up with me when I run at full speed. But she does know where you're going, right? Huh. Looks like you spoke too soon, Athena. Never underestimate the resourcefulness of a great magician. Huh? Hey, what up, Trucy? How's it going? Magical girl Trucy Wright is on the scene. Now, Athena, it's time to practice human combustion magic. I'm sorry? What? Are you gonna blow her up? Go on, douse yourself in this gasoline. But don't worry, it's a magic trick after all, so it's perfectly safe. Run away! Hey you didn't get off that easily. The fuck was with that, Nick? Nick, what the fuck are you doing with your kids? They're gonna get themselves killed. You're a terrible parent. They get along so well, don't they? Yeah, you can help take care of them, Aunt Maya. It reminds me of the good old days. You, me, and Pearly. Oh, and Detective Gumshoe. Can't forget him. Yeah, you can't forget him. Apparently the game has forgotten him, though. He hasn't been around in 3 games. Although I think he was in the investigation series, so yeah. We had all kinds of fun at the crime scenes back then, remember? Yeah, fun. Except when people were dead. Leaving me to do all the serious investigating, as I recall. The court will now be back in session, Mr. Wright. Right, thank you. That entire scene was entirely pointless to this endeavor. Just a nostalgic trip to memory lane, and also Athena about to be doused in flames. So Larry's the next witness, right? I can't wait to see what happens. Sadly, I can already imagine it. September 22nd. Court will now reconvene, except I will take a little break. Hang on, just to get more soda or something. Continue this for at least 1 more hour, and then I'm going to bed, and I don't care when this stops. Said that verbatim. All right. Court will now reconvene. Nick. Larry, how you doing, buddy? The 2 of you are gonna hang me out to dry, aren't you? No, not the both of us. Just Mr. Wright. Damn. He's actually trying to get you off of the criminal charges, and I'm the one about to maybe make things a little complicated. Nick, how could you? I don't really think he did it, of course. I've got to use whatever leads I can. Mr. Butts, there's a possibility you moved the lantern that had the dead body in it. So if you want to clear yourself of any suspicion, all you have to do is testify. Come on, trust me, it'll be fine. Noted. No testimony. Please, witness. Just tell the truth, Larry. I know you're allergic to it, given how you told yourself that wearing that suit was a good idea. Nick, you big, fat, stinking jerk! How can you tell your best bud? We've known each other since elementary school. We haven't talked in years. Well, get this, pal. Our friendship is over. Is that the testimony? Larry, testify about the fucking case, please. And you and I both know you need someone to take money from later, so... You're not in the friendship. Everyone's just like baffled. Oh, good God. Well, go ahead, Mr. Wright. He's all yours. Why me? You're the one who called them to the stand. So here's your responsibility. If you hear that noise in the background, that's my fucking Taco Bell burrito that I am reheating in the goddamn air fryer, you son of a bitch. Now hurry up and do this so I can eat it. Thanks, old chum. Can any of you show me a little respect? Even just a shred? No. I mean, I'll cross-examine the witness, Mr. Wright. The writing has not respected you since the first game, Larry. I'm sorry. I would, if there were any testimony to cross-examine. Shout out to that third game where he was literally not doing his job and it got someone killed. Well, it didn't get someone killed, but it definitely didn't show the dude getting murdered. Nick is a jerk face. That being said, I haven't played that case in a while. Maybe there was a little bit more nuance to it, but I don't think there was. He was also hidden on my client's wife, my client's hot wife, to be fair, because good lord, I miss Master Mask's wife. She was, man, I miss her so much. So I get it, Larry, but still,
Hold it!
Hold it, Larry. I'm not a big fact-checking jerk. Come on, Larry. Can you please give me something real to work with? Don't think I don't know about your tricks. If I say something careless, you're gonna show some evidence at me with a loud objection and a super smug look on your face. Yeah. Well, that is my job. That's what I do here at Ace Attorney headquarters. And if I get found guilty, how are you gonna take responsibility for what you've done? Why should I take responsibility for just doing my job? You're the one that brought me this case. You heartless jerk. Don't you have any compassion for me?
Hold it!
You stole the money and then like sat back while I was being accused by all the elementary school students. I'm sorry, Mr. Butts, but if it wasn't Miss Wyatt that entered the hold with that card, then you're the most likely suspect. Nick, are you seriously doubting the innocence of your childhood friend? Well, technically, yes. But it isn't personal, I assure you. Oh, a true friend would believe in me, no matter what. Can't you see my tears? Don't they mean anything to you? Nick? Nick! You don't really think you can cry your way out of this, do you? Okay, fine! In that case. Oh, wait. Get this foul friendship is over. Larry, listen to me. Shut up! I'm not talking to you anymore! Still faced. Not saying a word. This is getting us nowhere. Come off it, Larry. If you don't quit fooling around and start testifying, Miss Wyatt will be found guilty. For real? If no new information comes out of this cross-examination, I'm disbarring you again. And him. I'm not even a lawyer! Then yes, Mr. Butts. For real. Not that I would have a problem with that myself. I mean, Larry, we're still best buds. You should just Get off the sand. Larry, just tell us the truth already. Did you or didn't you go into the hold and move a lantern up to the reception hall? I never moved a bull lantern! I tell you! Bull lantern? What? Did I say something rude? You told me that you didn't attend the wedding reception. Can you believe they told me only family and relatives could attend? They wouldn't even let me into the reception hall. Yeah? So what? Then that's odd. No one in this courtroom ever mentioned the sex of the lantern that was moved. So, how could you know that it was a bull lantern? You didn't actually have to go to the reception to know that. And you could tell that there were 2 Pegabulls by looking at the Flying Chapel's pamphlet. All I can tell right now is that there's a strong scent of a bull in the air in here. Please add that last statement to your testimony, Mr. Butts. Anyone could tell that there were 2 Pegabulls in the pamphlet. Oh, whoops, I shouldn't have pressed that, but okay. Seriously, Larry? If you're hiding something, you better fess up now. I'm telling you. I don't know nothing. Why do you have to doubt me so much? Why? Because you're you. That's why. And you think Nick's being awful to me, don't you? So you tell him. Tell Nick what a big meanie he is. Larry, why are you acting like you're 5 years old? I would. If I thought he was being one. Not you too! Why doesn't anyone ever take my side? I wish I didn't have to doubt him, but something about what he just said doesn't add up. You finally got a decent statement out of him, huh, Nick? Yeah, finally. Sure took a lot of work, though. I hope all of this leads somewhere. Yeah, I pressed press by accident. I already know what we're presenting here.
Hold it!
Oh, goddammit! R1 is the freaking presentation. Okay. Let's go through this rigmarole again. Yeah. Why did I think present was L1? I don't know. Lose my mind. Here goes the pamphlet. It says there's a bull and a cow. It's heteronormative, Larry. Sorry. I want you to take a look at this, Mr. Butts. Look at Larry, though. Look at him go. Just putting out the LGBTQ plus Pegabulls? Because unfortunately for you, the pamphlet clearly shows a Pega-cow and a Pega-bull in their example diagram of the reception hall. Huh? But on that day, instead of putting a Pega-cow and Pega-bull out in the bride and groom, there were 2 male Pega-bulls on display. Who would do that? I mean, I wouldn't be, saying gay rights at all. I mean, look how I'm dressed. I don't know what that says about anything, actually. I don't think anyone would actually wear whatever outfit Larry's wearing. Gay or otherwise. Yet somehow you knew there were 2 Pegabulls in the reception hall that day. There's only one way you'd know something like that, Larry. Actually, I'm pretty sure gay people have a good sense of fashion. Whatever Larry's wearing, I'm just like... Dude, it looks like someone drew up on that suit, man. It was you who moved the Pegabull to the reception hall, wasn't it? Way to go, Larry. Way to rep gay rights. No! Larry, you didn't. Mr. Butts, did you move the lantern containing the victim's body to the reception hall? It's misunderstanding. I just wanted 2 male bulls. I just thought it would be nice. That's what it looks like. I think he agrees. He's like, I'm not gonna deny it anymore.
What? Everyone's chattering away. Hold it! Hold it. Let me go get my burrito. I'll be right back. Alright, it does indeed taste like a burrito from Taco Bell, so it's not really... pretty decent. What? Wait, Nick! You don't think I'm the murderer, do you? Maybe you and Mr. Gloomsbury were fighting and over Miss Wyatt and you ended up killing him? What a theory. Go get him, Maya. Maya? Are you too? Look, I did sneak into the reception, but that's as far as it went. You know me, I wouldn't hurt a fly. You snuck into the reception. Yeah, sure. But some of those Sprocket men caught and locked me up in one of their cabins. It was pretty awful, actually. But that's when I made that drawing of the pterodactyl I showed you, Nick. On the pterodactyl? Tay, Larry. Why would they put a B in the part of Tay? That's funny. Mr. Wright, not even you would take this farce that far, would you? We are talking about Larry. What do I do? Do I accuse Larry of being the true culprit? No. No, of course not. No, you're right, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Butts didn't have a reason to kill Mr. Gloomsbury. He might have had an imaginary reason to kill Soren Sprocket, sure. But not Mr. Gloomsbury. After all, he did steal Mr. Sprocket's bride and tried to elope with her. Yeah, that was really dumb on his part. Just because I tried to steal someone's bride doesn't make me a murderer! Yeah. I mean, I guess you could try murdering them. Sure. I believe you, Larry. And I don't think you killed anybody either. You would never do anything like that. Nick? Old buddy? Old pal? I knew you would come true for me. Funny that, considering your sworn testimony just now that we were through. Mr. Botts, it's time you told this court the whole truth. Understood? God, it's cross-examination. That must mean he's not going to say the whole truth. God damn it, Larry. It's just like Nick said. I'm the one who moved the lantern. All the way up there. I was walking around the reception hall before the main event, and I saw a lantern was broken. was a note? There was a note on it that said, exchange the one in the hold, Ellen. So I decided to do Ellie a favor.
So you switched the lanterns before the reception, did you? And that means the victim was really was killed before the reception.
The lantern in which the victim's body was found, Larry wheeled it from the hold to the reception hall before the reception began. It would appear that Mr. Butts completely fell for the defendant's scheme. Scheme? What scheme? This note from the defendant, exchange with the one in the hold, Ellen. Mr. Butts moved the lantern with the body in it up to the reception hall because of this note, and thus he has become a suspect in Mr. Gloomsbury's murder. What? That second lantern did feel pretty heavy. But I never would have thought there was a dead body in it. What was a note like that doing on a lantern in the first place? Hold it! Oh, Ellen. Hold it. You've got it all wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. I left that note for myself. It was simply a reminder because I can be very forgetful.
Objection!
Objection! What a sorry excuse, Miss Wyatt. The prosecution contends that this note shows one facet of the defendant's murderous plan. And you, Mr. Butts, you played right into Miss Wyatt's hands. No way, Angie! I don't believe it!
Objection!
Objection! Do you still really believe Miss Wyatt to be the culprit, Mr. Edgeworth? Of course. My stance on the matter remains unchanged. If you think I'm wrong, then prove it with your cross-examination. Gladly. I will. I'll do that.
Anyway, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Hold it!
Why didn't you tell us sooner?
That big doofus?
Alright. Sorry, just chewing on the thing.
And the burrito?
Because I knew you guys were gonna be suspicious of me, that's why! We're suspicious of you now because you tried to hide it.
My thoughts exactly.
Well, now I told you. Happy? So how about letting me go?
No.
No, not yet. We need you to stick around to sort a few things out. Fine!
Hold it!
How was it broken? The lantern you swapped out was a female Pegamoo. A Pegacow, right? Yeah, I guess. Why did you replace a female lantern with a male one? Gay rights, man! You know, you and Edgeworth, I thought you were best buds. You were best buds. I just want to know I could be a best man if you ever get married. Because I was too busy trying not to get caught. I didn't have time to check for little details like that. You didn't want to get caught? You could have just left well enough alone, you know? Whatever! Anyway, when I took a look at the broken lantern, I saw...
Hold it!
Okay. That note wasn't addressed to you, was it? Well, I guess not. But how can I let my dear sweet Ellie do all that hard physical labor on her own? It's precisely that thought process that constantly gets you in trouble, Larry. Besides, it was my big chance to show her how much I cared about her.
Hold it!
Did Ellie a favor, huh?
Nobody saw you the whole time while you were switching the lanterns?
Nope, I didn't get caught. Not that time anyway.
Not that time.
Yeah, when I tried to sneak into the reception hall the first time...
Oh.
I didn't have as much luck. Those sprocket guys spotted me and nabbed me.
All of my words are failing me right now.
Pretty exciting, don't you think?
Larry, you need help. Understatement of the year.
And then they locked me up in one of the cabins. Nick, what are you asking about stuff like this for anyway? Shouldn't you be trying to prove Ellie's innocence?
Well, is that statement of his important to the case? It's important. Mr. Butts is trying to crash the reception and subsequently getting locked up in a cabin. I believe these might be important facts in this case, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Butts, please add that statement to your testimony. I tried to sneak in. I tried to sneak into the reception hall, but I got caught and locked up in the cabin.
I got so used to not reading words, the green words, and I was like, wait, no, this one's new. Whoops.
Uh-huh.
Hold it!
Let's press this one. So you got locked up. Then what happened?
I broke out. Then I started looking for Ellie and wanted into the reception hall again. That's when I saw the broken lantern and replaced it.
Even after they caught you and locked you up, you still went looking for Miss Wyatt? But hold on a minute.
What is it, Miss Nick? Mr. Nick?
Nick? Fuck. Maya, doesn't something seem weird to you? He's saying he replaced the lantern after he broke out of the cabin.
That's right. Oh, wait, huh? You're right. It doesn't make much sense, does it?
It's like, why would he do that?
Seems a little ridiculous.
So how long was he in there?
Mr. Wright, have you found an inconsistency in the witness's statement?
Inconsistency? What was that? Is that what I was gonna say? What the heck? Yes, I believe so, Your Honor. Mr. Boots? Damn, I can't read today. Butts moved the lantern after he broke out of the cabin. But that contradicts with this. When did he take this? It shows a pterodactyl flying on the outside window. There's a bull. Where's the other one? Is this supposed to be two? Is it just out of frame? I guess. Larry wielded
from the hold to the reception hall. Can I get details on this? Oh. Is something to do with time on this fucking ship? The timing that Larry broke out, maybe, is it? This one? I'm gonna save this. We'll say that one. I can't really think of it. Only that this maybe proves that the timeline's a little messed up here. What instance does this piece of evidence contradict with the statement? It doesn't contradict at all, does it? Indeed. Oh, don't mind me, Your Honor. It looks like I made a tiny mistake, that's all. Oh, you have to go through all that again? Crazy. Not happening. If Larry went in, he had the key card, but he was captured. Is that it?
Take that!
Nope. I'm getting stumped here. It's this. Still there. Lit up a bit. I feel like you would have seen a corpse in there if that thing was lit up, though. Oh, we didn't look at the layout, did we? The cabin is over there. He broke out and went to the hold? Sprocket and Pegamoo mascots will light up the happy couple on both sides of the sweetheart table. Damn, I'm doing bad at this. Damn it, Larry. When you get up to, you son of a bitch. Does this show that he would have done that? Up the timekeeper. Clunk is a secret mechanism. I am not sure. It's not that. It could be this.
Take that!
You want to know about it? Oh. Damn it. No. I don't even know. Moved the lantern after he broke out of the cabin. Then before the reception began, he moved the broken lantern. But when did he make this?
Take that!
Damn it. I don't have brain food right now, and I don't know what to do. Who's writing the note? And then Larry tried to move the lantern. Timekeeper. It's a clock with secret mechanism. I'm not sure what I'm thinking here. You do the tried and true. Just click every piece of evidence until it is correct. But the time of death.
Take that!
Gosh damn it! Some of the time has to be doing here. It has to be there to be doing something with time. When things take place.
Take that!
Got this photo Larry took.
Take that!
This timekeeper. Alright, never mind. Flying Chapel, Ellen statement. I don't know what's asking me, to be honest.
Take that!
I think I already presented that. What's wrong with me? I'm starting to get a little eepy. That's for sure. I'll probably edit this all out also, because, man, I'm taking forever to think about what it's trying to ask me. Okay, let's look at this. To be honest, I don't remember what time they arrested him. Decided to do Ellie a favor. He got caught the first time. He did it the second time, and it worked. I doubt this one is it.
Take that!
Damn it all. Damn it, Larry. Stop being right.
Take that!
At this point, I'm going to start just hitting all of them. So I'm from right to left.
Take that!
No. Maybe I should go back. Seems I'm not sure what it is. I could go back. Oh, I'm back in my head. I don't know what to do. Larry, why you gotta be so difficult? Let me think. Mr. Butts moved the lantern after he broke out of the cabin. That contradicts with this. I don't think all I'm thinking is time. Maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. I thought I picked this one. But I don't get penalized. He add this one? He got caught up. But got caught and locked up in a cabin. Okay, this statement in general is correct. I think it's just though when he says, you know, I just escaped and then went and did what I came to do. And that's when it gets iffy. Is Larry even here? Who knows?
Hold it!
So he got locked up. Then what happened? I broke out. Then I started looking for Ellie and wandered into the reception hall again. That's when I saw the broken lantern and replaced it. Hold on a minute. Seem weird to you? Larry's saying he replaced the lantern after he broke out of the cabin. Wait, what if they were not broken? Are you here? They're not broken?
Take that!
I'm not sure. What type of that?
Photo reception. Writing is smudged. I want to look at Ellie's note, but I don't think that's important right now.
Take that!
Start? Oh, okay, finally, God. To be honest, I just picked a random one, to be honest. Probably edit that out. Let me just put that. And there we go. So I remember. So, you know, I tried to figure it out. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I guess with time, but they didn't really line up with the facts. Oh, I buy my burrito. All right. Let's finish this up. Yeah. Yes, it's the broken lantern, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Butts, what you're saying clearly doesn't make any sense at all.
What? Why not?
You swapped the lanterns before the reception began, right?
Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it?
Well, you also said that you swapped the lanterns after you got locked up in the cabin for trying to sneak into the reception. In other words, you're saying you swapped the lanterns both before the reception and after the reception took place. That certainly doesn't make any sense, does it? But Mr. Butts, did you swap the lanterns before or after the reception? Which was it? Before or after? There's a world of difference between the two. Well, Mr. Butts, I guess I can't expect you guys like you to understand. In a nutshell, it was both before and after the reception. What? I tried to sneak into the first reception and got locked up. The first reception? Uh-oh, I don't like where this is going. Then, through the power of Ellie's pendant, no! Time got rewound, and we went back to the time before the reception. It was after that when I replaced the lantern. So, it was both before the reception and after the reception. Get it? You went back in time before the reception. So of course the reception would take place one more time after that, right? That's why what I said makes perfect sense. Mr. Wright. What the fuck is he talking about? Has he developed some sort of intellectual ailment I'm not aware of since I saw him last? Well... None of the sprockets seem to remember the time skip, but I do. And Ellie remembers it too. I think the power of our love for each other made that miracle happen. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but could you please translate this man's gibberish so the rest of us can understand? I can't. I'll look insane. So now I have to be the one to explain about the whole time travel thing. Go on, Nick. I know you can do it. Looks like you don't have much choice, Nick. To heck with it. I can't lose any more of my dignity today anyway. Oh, that's what you think. Your Honor. Gentleman of the non-existent jury. Boyfriend. let me talk to you about some time travel. Bring out a VHS. I'm gonna put some Back to the Future on while I do this conversation. The defendant, Miss Ellen Wyatt, has told the defense the following strange story. She said that after the reception ended, she was attacked by Mr. Gloomsbury. She claims that as she was being assaulted, she made a wish upon her pendant. Please take me back to that blissful moment. In doing so, time apparently rewound itself to just before the reception began. The fuck? I know it's hard to believe, but I think about it this way. Through the power of the pendant, both Ellen Wyatt and Larry Butts, I don't know why I put their names like that, experienced time travel. What? They're taking a while. Objection! What absolute rubbish! Mr. Wright, I've heard my fair share of your nonsense over the years, but this takes a cake. Have you thoroughly lost your mind? Maybe. Mayhaps.
Objection!
Objection! But this is simply the conclusion I came to. Using that logic ability you love so much. What? The truth of the matter is, the future president of Sprocket Aviation, Soren Sprocket, has been researching time machines. So, what if a time machine has already been successfully created? And what if that one of Sprocket's Aviation top secret... That's one of Sprocket Aviation's top secret inventions. Oh, a time machine?
Yeah! I even saw something while we were time traveling. I saw a pterodactyl fly through the sky.
Maybe the airship was set to travel through time for their honeymoon trip. What? A pterodactyl?
Objection!
I remember chasing those during my youth. You can't possibly have any evidence to back up your ridiculous time travel story. Well, yeah, we were getting to that at some point. Huh. Just as I thought. In any case, I now have the evidence to prove that you're no more intelligent than Larry. Hold it! Hold it! Not so fast, Edgy. I'm not the same old Larry you used to know. Oh? You want evidence? I've got your evidence right here! This is a photo I secretly took of the first reception! What? What? You took 2 photos? Why? Larry, I can't believe you. Well, anyway, good job. Let's just praise him for his creepy abundances. If we compare the photos of the first and second receptions and can find a difference, then we'll be able to prove that the reception was held twice. What? Do you really think such a difference exists? Nod head. Yes, Your Honor. I just need some time to find it for you. This is preposterous. Wait, what? Please show the court what's different done. This is proof positive. This is proof positive that the wedding reception was held twice. Dun, 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 dun. This comparison of the other photo. Oh yeah.
Take that!
2 different types of flowers. Please direct your attention to Miss White's bouquet of flowers. In the photo of her in-laws took, the defendant is holding a yellow bouquet. But in the photo Mr. Butts took, she is holding a red bouquet. You're right. That's impossible! What does this mean? It means that the defendant really did experience 2 wedding receptions. And she did that when she traveled back through time. Maybe. Don't let that last part. What? Come on, Phoenix. Even you were like, this is a bit of a stretch. And I have a spirit medium with me.
Nick, you did it. You proved Ellen's time travel story to be true.
Yeah, I can hardly believe it myself. It's just as Ellen said. The reception was held twice. This turns every assumption we based this trial on upside down.
Objection!
Objection. Let's go back from cuckoo land and actually talk about this. What is wrong with you? I refuse to accept such a ludicrous argument. It is pure fiction under the guise of a pseudoscience at best. There is simply no such thing as time travel. I know it's hard, but you can't suspend your disbelief for 1 nanosecond, Edgeworth? No.
I bet sci-fi movies push all your buttons the wrong way, don't they, Mr. Edgeworth? I can totally picture you yelling
That'll never happen.
every 5 seconds at the screen. Maybe you should stay away from movie dates altogether.
That's neither here nor there. And I told you about that, didn't he? God damn it. This is real life we're talking about. But the proof is clearly shown in 2 photographs. Also, we have spirit mediums in this universe. I wouldn't, be against believing that, to be honest. Objection! That's right then. Fine, I'll have to entertain your absurd delusion. Oh, that's right, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how inexplicable. If only to demolish it before your very eyes. What? Let's start with this then, shall we? There is one thing your time travel theory fails to explain. And that is the memories of the other guests there. The defendant and Larry remember the reception occurring twice, but no member of the Sprocket family has ever mentioned such a thing. It's because the time machine is classified technology. Objection! I'm not done. I'm not done, you bird brain. Bird brain? As I was saying, the entire family had been sworn to secrecy. And why hadn't they sworn the woman who was marrying into the family to secrecy too? That's a good point. Honestly, all it takes is a little common sense, Mr. Wright. Even still, how do we know that the trip through time did not really occur? There is proof in the photos that it did, and besides, if time travel doesn't exist, well, I'd be a little disappointed, frankly. It sounds pretty fucking rad. I was hoping to go back to the days of my youth. Were you ever young? I thought you were born that way. You mustn't allow yourself to be taken in by Mr. Wright's whimsical tales, Your Honor. I've read all about it in various literature, you see. Oh, he reading up on you, bro? And I'll say that time travel is just not logically feasible.
Maybe our argument was just a little too nonsensical, Nick.
In that case, why don't we put common sense to the test? It's already... do I do a little more? Let's see. Excuse me? The wedding reception was being held twice. The photos are proof of that. But it wasn't because of time travel. It's simply because the reception had actually been held twice. Isn't that the most reasonable way to interpret the situation? Oh, he's coming up with the reasonable ideas. Would you care to elaborate, Mr. Wright? If time travel doesn't exist, then there's only one way to make sense of what happened. Somebody must have orchestrated this strange phenomenon, and that somebody is... Reception, Bloomsbury, the gods... Bloomsbury? Mr. Gloomsbury. Oh, wait. You lose health here. And how exactly did that dead man orchestrate such an event? And more importantly, why? Well, it was to make it look like Mr. Sprocket had been successful in his research. What are you asking me for? Besides, none of the other people interviewed thought that he had succeeded in accomplishing time travel. Your Honor, could we rewind time just a teeny bit? Sorry, but no. Oh. I better think this quick before I lose more time too. Keeps doing that. Everyone at the reception. That was my guess. What if all the guests at the reception conspired together to hold the reception twice and keep quiet about it? That's what you best do. Well, yeah, I think it's good enough. Sorry, guys, we're gonna end in the middle of the conversation because I am EP. Sorry, but I like it where the case is going so far. We're trying to disprove time travel right now, and our idea is the reception. Just kept quiet about it, which is what I guessed, but man, there's a lot of people who just like, hey, we're doing 2 honeymoons, or two wedding receptions, yay! I guess it was just all like, they do not care. Have some drinks, food, finger sandwiches. Anyway, we'll figure that out next time.